Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Got some collision going. Welcome everyone to another graphics tutorial in C#, and last time what we did added textures to this little thing. However, the creature is capable of jumping off the edge, and that's not good. So we're going to do walls and collision this time and put some walls around here so it's a little bit of a safety net. So to get started, we needed to go up here and define our rectangles, and I already put that down. It's called rectangle walls, and that's much like these, but it will be used a little bit differently. So to get started, what we're going to do here is go walls equals new rectangle, and this is just a rectangle, just to no, I want it to have a rectangle, yes, that, just to define it, and we probably only need 10. I probably wouldn't even use that many. So now what we need is go down here, and in the just right here we'll do public void make walls, just like that. And then in here it's going to be much like these, except it's a little bit simpler. We're going to just do it manually, walls on the outside, not generated. So first wall, go walls 0 is equal to new rectangle, just like that. And let's see if we just copy this down here so that save on time, make this 1, 2, 3. Now the rectangle here needs to be defined. So the first one, we want it on the outside border. So before we started at x position of 0. So now in order to move it to the outside border, we subtract from 0 the width. So I think it's going to be 40 in wide. And then what we're going to do is put that at -40 at the y too. So I need a comma there. And then the width is going to be this dot width plus 40 in order to move it from the offset. And in fact, since we moved it 40 back, if we want 40 on the other side, we're going to have to do plus 80. And then the height is just going to be 40. So we could actually probably, well, it's not going to draw it yet, so let's not take a look at it yet. Then I'm just going to copy this down. And just like that. Now this one's going to be down at the bottom. So this goes across the top. This one's going to be down at the bottom. So what we need to do here is the x position stays the same, but the y we're going to drop by this dot height plus 40, and then it's going to be this dot width plus 80, just like the other one, etc. And then this one's going to be -40 on the x, and it's going to be up and down. So what's going to happen is it's the y is correct, but the x, now let's see, 40, yes. Okay, but what happens here is instead of being width, we're going to swap these out. So it'll be 40 wide, and then it's how tall it is this dot height plus 80. So yeah, and then down here, now we're going to do the other side. So x needs to be this dot width plus 40, and then the y will still be -40, and then here it's going to be this thing again. So just copy that, just move that in there. Alright, so we made the walls, but now we need to make it so that they'll draw and move. So what we're going to do here is go, here we go, copy one of these down, replace the variables with walls, just like that. Wall, yes, that's what I wanted. Copy this, do that, there we go, and there we go. And that should work now. As you see, I did actually change the color scheme of this. It's like black on whatever. So tell me if you like that better. I like it better. And now we need to draw it. So here we go in the draw. What we're going to do is just draw them a solid black. So SCG dot fill fill rectangles, and then brush is dot black, and then walls in there, just like that. Now we can test it. As you see, you run, we didn't, I know exactly what it is. We didn't ever make the walls, so we do, stop that first. Down here we're gonna go make walls, just like that. Add that in, and then go ahead and go, and if we look, move our guy, you can see the walls are there. Now it looks like I got a little bit too much space on the other side, just a little bit, so I can fix that later in order to keep this tutorial, or I'll just fix it now and cut this part out of the video. Alright, I'm back. As you can see, this one's fixed down here, but this one isn't, simply because the train isn't drawn all the way to there, but that is the edge per se. So I'm gonna leave it like that for right now. Alright, but you can still see, you can still escape, so we need to make collision now. So the next step is collision, and my next tutorial will probably be on making this run faster and smoother. So what we're gonna do right now is do this is the movement. So what we're gonna do is, I gotta stop that. I gotta figure out why that's not stopping, but we won't do that yet. So we're gonna do another bool. No, I don't need that. That was from something else. Collide, or I don't even know if I'm spelling that right, equals false. And as long as that's false, it'll allow it to move. So if collide, if not collide, actually, not symbol, exclamation point, makes it like that. So if it's not collide, it will be false. Now, all we need to do now is, hopefully, in order to make this a little bit faster, because I think it's getting kind of a little bogged down, I'm gonna go ahead and add another timer. So timer, this is gonna be collision. I don't even know if that's spelled correctly, but whatever, I don't care. Not right now, and it won't make it run any the worse. So collision equals new timer, and then I'm gonna do copy and paste again, like I usually do, except inside we're gonna do, instead of that, like that, like that, and like that. And then for this though, what I need to do is dot tick, so that it actually creates the method for me. That way I don't have to, that way I don't have to make it myself. So actually I went too far there. Whatever. So grab this, move it in there, and then here we need to do that. So plus equals tab. I gotta remember to hit tab. I gotta remember to hit tab twice to be more specific. Plus equals tab, tab. There we go. So in here we're gonna get rid of this, and then we're gonna go just like, and we're gonna do another, there we go, another copy and paste thing down here. We're gonna just grab walls though, right here, and then we're gonna move this up to here, and then area is the rectangle we use to draw the little object thingy, the little animal. So we're gonna get rid of all this, we don't need that. Okay, and what we're gonna do here is if walls 0 effect I is not equal to null, so if it does exist, then inside we will do if walls I dot intersects with and then area. So if that happens, then collide equals true. Now, if we do at one point intersect, it'll set collide to true, but then if we move away, it'll never set it back to false. So first it needs to start out false. That way, in fact, I'll show you what will happen if I don't do that. So see, we can move along, down, then we collide, and we're stopped, and we can't move ever after that. So what we need to do is set it to true originally, so collide equals actually false originally. And then what we can do here is we go down, 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 and smack our face into a wall. Ooh, wait. Something's wrong there. Oh, I know what it is. Stop that. Control X. Delete that. Move it up to the top. That way it's not running every time this is running. And then we can race across and smash into a wall like that. And then, oh, I know what it is. We also need to do something here that moves it back from it so that it doesn't continue to intersect. So what we do is area dot let's see, intersects with, okay. So what we need to do is actually create a new rectangle. So new rectangle, and then we're going to do oh, just a second. Let me think about this one. Alright, I've got it figured out. So just having something that says collide isn't going to work. Simply because once it collides, it's going to stay there, and we need it to reset. So we're going to do it directionally. So we're going to do collide right, or actually, yeah, collide, we'll just say right and left, I guess, and have a couple of these, just like this. Top, bottom, right, left. Okay, so what we're going to do here now is go down and set all these to false, and then just remove that. Okay, and then what we're going to do is put that there. Okay, now we need to edit this thing here. So instead of doing that, what we're going to do is just remove that and remove the extra thing there. And what we have to do is for individual of these, we have to do and not collide. Collide. And let's see. This is -7 on the Y. So it's moving upwards. So this would be top or T, and not collide T. Now we need to change all these just like this, and then we need to change them to be the correct collision, top, bottom, etc. All like that. Alright, and then this is going to be, let's see, it's positive, so this is going to be bottom, moving down. This is going to be the left, and this is going to be right, so it needs to be TBLR. Okay, now, in the collision here, okay, if I dot intersects with area, okay, if, now we need to figure out from which direction that it collided with. So the mirror intersection isn't actually going to tell us that. So what we need to do is we'll make it check when it intersects, but then we have to check down here. So what we're going to do is, let's see, we need X, Y, Z, etc. So if walls I dot x is greater than, so it's farther right than creature, or actually area dot x, it's greater than that, then the collision happened on the right side, I believe. Now, let me think this through. Yeah, okay. That's mostly correct, except for the fact with the ones that are horizontal instead of the ones that are vertical. And for that, we'll have to do something different, and I will show you that. And in fact, what we can do is do dot right is x coordinate, the sum of x, property values and structure. Okay, it's one of these sides, I think. The left side of the wall is greater than area, I think so. Collide. This is going to be right. Is equal to true. Now, we can actually test this and see if collision works for the right side. Now, of course, up here, it plainly can still go over. But over here, it should stop. But clearly, it's not. So I'm wondering if it's actually the other side. Oh, but I can't go back. I can only go forward. So I put the collide right in the wrong. This is actually collide left because it needs to move left after the collision. So we go here and smack into the wall, and unfortunately, oh yeah, there we go. Look at that, got some collision going. So pretty quick here, I'm gonna go and fix it for all the sides, and then I'll be back and you will see it finished. Welcome back everyone, and the collision is now finished, and I will show you that now. And I also altered the speed so he goes a little bit faster, that way it's quicker, because I was tired of debugging it, having to move him the whole distance. As you see, he can't go anywhere below that, he just slides right along. Go over here, can't go past there. So that is done. We've successfully caged our little monster and his cheese bits, or yellow squares, or whatever you want to call it. So I'll show you how that's done. Alright, so we gotta go back here. First we set all the collisions, right, top, bottom, and left, to false, so there's no collisions happening. Then if the walls, that specific wall, isn't equal to null, and if it also is intersecting with the area, which is where the creature's drawn. So in other words, if it collides with one of these, it checks which collision it is. If it's farther to the, well anyways, if it's farther to the left than it should be, or actually farther to the right than it should be, then it adds a collision to the right. If it's farther to the left, farther to the bottom, farther to the top. And I'll show you that here. You can pause the movie or the video and copy that down if you want. Next thing, I went down to here and I added a integer speed and put it in for all of these, so that I wouldn't have to go through and change every single one of them to make them faster. So if we wanted to make it faster, we just go make it like that, and then as you can see, oops, wrong keys, he's a lot faster, racing around. Alright, but I'm going to set that back to 12. Alright, now, we also put inside of here, and like if we want to move it down, there can't be a collision with it. In fact, I think I got collision top and collision bottom switched, so keep that in mind. But basically, if you want to move up, there can't be a collision bottom, which is really the collision top. I should probably switch those out, and I think I will do that right now. So in here we're going to go T and B, just to make sure it makes more sense. And then we go down here and we go T and B for all of these. And just make sure that you probably, anyway, so if it, and it can go down as long as there's not a collision with the bottom, and it can go up as long as there's not a collision with the top. It can go right as long as there's not a collision with right, and left as long as there's no collision with the left side. So of course that makes sense. It is a little bit laggy right now because of all these calculations, so next tutorial I will probably be making it faster. And then I didn't change anything to this, you can look at that, and it draws the rectangles right here. So that's all you should have to know right now. And let's actually look at this one last time. Make sure that my top and bottom thing when I change them didn't, okay, it doesn't interfere with that. Alright, so now we have walls, and you can do that for just about any wall as long as it's added to the walls thing here. I'll show you right here as long as it's added in here, and we'll make a square sort of off center just to show you guys that. So number 4 is going to be, or actually 5 is new rectangle, and we'll make it at 100, 100, make it 20 by 20, and then we'll just go ahead and, I don't know, this is kind of, it might not work, but I think it will. Okay, good. Uh-oh, he gets trapped in the corner. That's something you should keep in mind. If you run into a corner, you get trapped. So yeah, this is all working. Now I'm trapped again. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Just wanted to show you guys that. So that's all for now. And if you enjoyed this tutorial and want to see something else, leave it in the comments. Say, I want to see this done, or I want to see that done.